Athena wanted you to have this, so here it is. Good news travel fast. We are Wallo Lapiju and Celeste Bono, and we're bringing you positive news from all over the world. But before we dive into today's stories, make sure you submit your own good news by swiping up if you're listening on Spotify, of course. And your story might get featured on a future episode. Happy Monday, Wallo. How are you?
Happy Monday! Woohoo! Cueing the piñata and the confetti.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
Monday.
because that's
How
how
you
I
doing
feel on
today?
Mondays.
Yes, that's how you should feel on Mondays. How you doing?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. I have
Great, great. What do you have for me?
for you. I have really good news. Plant-based food has gone a long way since it first started. I really can't
Yeah.
afford plant-based because it's so expensive in this country. But you can't get a bloody vegan burger or the richest lab-grown milk almost anywhere nowadays, but scientists in Copenhagen are going one step further to try to replicate the hardest texture of all, seafood. They're not alone in this, though. The
Mm.
team has called in Michelin star restaurant alchemists to meet the demand from diners for sustainable plant-based alternatives that are as good as, or better than, the real thing. Imitating the fibrous texture of seafood is a difficult achievement, and the team is experimenting with growing filamentous fungi on seaweed. What a lovely thing to say, filamentous fungi, to create a single product that tastes like the sea. Rasmus Monk,
Mm.
the head chef and co-owner of Alchemist, said the restaurant wanted to change people's perception of new foods. Creating seafood alternatives was important, he said, because frankly, I haven't found anything on the market right now that I would put on the menu. Yeah, that's what Rasmus
Mm.
said. However,
Yeah.
he states that the ultimate goal is to create a product so delicious on its own that it is chosen over the real thing. But for this to
Wow.
work, the new food has to be very tasty or tastier. Otherwise, people
Mm.
won't go for it on just being vegan alone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably can't afford that, but I love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, oh shit. Apple's in a bit of a pickle as workers of an Apple store in Maryland have voted to unionize, forming the tech giant's first retail union in the US. It is the third Apple store to launch a union drive this year, but the first to successfully hold a vote. Unions are far less common in the US than in Europe or South America, for example, but they're still a thing. Forming one involves
Okay.
either the company voluntarily recognizing a union or workers gathering signatures from at least 30% of employees so that the National Labor Relations Board can hold a formal election. Retail Vice President Deirdre O'Brien, I don't know if I pronounced her name well, released
Deirdre.
and Deirdre, oh damn, Deirdre, sorry Dre, Deirdre, my Deirdre,
Sorry,
released an
Dre.
audio released an audio recording saying she was worried about what it would mean to put another organization in the middle of their relationship, an organization that does not have a deep understanding of Apple or our business, in quotes. It seems like big corporations are getting the union fever in the US. Starbucks employees from their first union at the coffee chain in New York in December, and Amazon saw a 55% of workers at a New York warehouse vote in favor of unionization. Although Amazon is appealing for a rerun, corporate America is definitely not happy about this. But I guess we are, because it means they want more out of their work.
Yeah,
And we hope
I
that's
guess.
it. Yeah.
A team of scientists from the University of Hull, England, has found the remains of Ravensthorpe Odd, a port city that was covered by the North Sea in 1362. Whoa! They have been looking for it for more than 20 years, but could not find it because they were looking in the wrong place. The city was founded in 1235 by the Count of Elmale and had more than 100 houses and a flourishing trade around 1299. It was the main town in the area and was full of cargo ships, fishermen, and warehouses. The town had 2 deputies in parliament, a chapel, 2 markets every week. Wow, they're more organized than my city. And an annual fair. It even had a courthouse and a jail. Its ships played a key role in the conflicts with Scotland in the early 14th century. However, in 50 years, it disappeared. The city gradually eroded until it disappeared. Yes, we just said that. By 1347, two-thirds of its area had been lost to the sea due to storms, until finally a great flood submerged the coast in 1362. The news of its discovery was shocking, as historians believed that what was left of the city was at the bottom of the sea, about 2 kilometers from the coast. However, the researchers who led this search indicated that it is much closer to shore. It so happens that they found rocks and masonry only a few meters from the coast and a few meters below the surface of the water. Experts say the find would be as legendary as the discovery of Pompeii after it was buried under volcanic debris, or the discovery of Atlantis. I mean, that would be like my dream. Finding something like really, really old and ancient and like, I don't know. I'd love it. I always dreamt of that. I don't know if you're there, Wallo, or you just left and you just left me alone. But anyway, thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There will be more great news tomorrow. Good News Travel Fast is a news podcast serving positivity and laughter in daily doses. Oh, but we don't have episodes on the weekends. We actually have to sleep. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. This podcast was produced by Matthias Rosenberg, creative direction by Josefina Cordova, scripted by Cecilia Mira, and hosted by Wallo Lapaju and Celeste Bono. That's me. This show is supported by Athyna. Hire, manage, and retain world-class global talent at Athyna.io. A brilliant startup like yours needs the best of the best on your team. Are you taking advantage of global talent? Level up your team for more success for only 33% of your usual hiring costs. Go to Athyna.io right now to learn more. That's Athyna.io.